Hey guys, Andrew McComb here, the founder and CEO of Outlier. In this Unleash Your Inner Outlier video lesson, I'm going to teach you how to stop being a martyr and putting everyone else first in your business by showing you an actual live coaching session with one of my clients, Alison Smith, from mummycations.com.au. She also struggled with the similar challenges, but she's now living her outlier life and business on a day-to-day basis. But before we start, remember to hit the subscribe and the bell icon below so that I can notify you every time an inspiring new Outlier episode is released. And if you stick around until the end of this episode, I'm also going to give you access to a free Unleash Your Inner Outlier strategy session, which will support you to get full clarity and direction around your unique gift, message, or calling, and give you a personalized plan that allows you to be true to yourself and turn it into a business and live your dream on a day-to-day basis so that you can make a significant difference to the world. But for now, let's get into today's lesson. Okay, for those of you who are new to Outlier, there's two fundamental messages that we come from. Essentially, your external reality, e.g. everything that happens outside of your body, is a reflection of your internal reality, be that your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. So whatever level of thought, feeling, or belief we're resonating with energetically, we will only ever attract to us an external reality that's in alignment with that resonance. The next philosophy is that feeling is healing. And essentially what that means is our feelings just want to be felt. And when we feel them, they have a message for us, or they allow us to tune into our inner wisdom that allows us to get a lot more clarity on what's actually causing those feelings in the first place. And they usually are the opposite of what they're actually feeling. But what typically happens with us as humans is if we're feeling, especially negative feelings, we'll resist them in some way and we'll do everything we can to stop feeling them. We might drink, we might smoke, we might work hard, we might use social media, sex, gambling, overeating, could be anything, but it's just a way of us to try and not feel the feelings. But in order for us to experience our ideal outlier reality, be that in our life or our business or in our physical body, the key is to feel the feelings. And in the feelings, we get the insights or the messages. Very quickly our negative symptoms disappear and we start to attract the ideal reality that we're looking to attract. This is going to make a lot more sense in this upcoming lesson. Alison, welcome to the Unleash Your Inner Outlier series. I'd love you to tell me about your business.
Thank you, Andrew. Hi, I am the founder of Mummycations, now limited. I founded Mummycations in January 2019 and have just recently restructured to a not-for-profit organisation in March this year. I'm a mum of two young daughters myself, and I am passionate about helping mums take time out away from their home, from their caring and domestic responsibilities for themselves, to focus purely on themselves and their own needs and self-care, and help get their mummy mojo back, which I severely lost. I lost my mojo when I became a mum almost 8 years ago. So I provide weekend getaways around Australia, 2 or 3 night trips at this stage. And I basically help women escape for the weekend. We go away to an amazing destination and I organise everything. So the only decisions that the women need to make is that they're going to attend, where they're going to go, and basically what cocktails and food to eat and drink. The weekends include accommodation, dining out, spa pampering treatments, an activity such as I'm planning one to Western Australia for next year. So we'll do a trip out to Rottnest Island or a high tea or something like that, where the mums basically get pampered and can sleep in, go out, read a book, go for a walk on the beach, whatever they like.
Sounds amazing. Do you do anything for the dads?
Yes, I've always got guys and my husband's friends saying, "What about us? What about us?" And I said, "Well, I said to you, tell me where you want to go, when, and I'll organise it." They can't even organise that. They can't even organise a group of friends to go together. So
Okay, so where can people find out, like the mums find out about your business? Where's your website?
I'm currently going through a website redesign due to my change in structure, but it's mummycations.com.au. That's MUMECATIONS. And the same on Facebook is probably my primary platform at this stage while my website gets redesigned.
Awesome. Okay, so Alison, you've currently got this business. It's however it is at the moment. Okay, it is what it is, and there's also an ideal version of it. Tell us about the ideal version. If time, money, effort wasn't a problem, what would it look like?
Oh, that's easy. So my background is in travel, retail, corporate travel, and also community services. So I used to manage, prior to becoming a mum, I managed a respite and tours program for young adults with disability, where I'd plan weekend getaways and national and international trips. And it was primarily funded as respite for the parents, for the child who lived at home. When the NDIS came into effect, that changed somewhat. But my time spent with these particularly mums during when I was planning the program, it made me understand, even though I wasn't a mum yet, that they really needed a break, particularly the mums. You know, with caring for a child with disability, there's a lot of extra pressures, financial pressures, relationship pressures, you know, not being able to work. So I always had in my mind then that I wanted to create something for mums. So my idea since launching I've wanted to run it as a not-for-profit, but was unable to find the resources, how to go about it, and whether it was the right structure for me. And after COVID hit last year, I had 6 cancelled trips and I was feeling really flat towards the end of over the summer holidays. I gave it some really deep thought and I thought, what is my number one mission for my business? And it is primarily to provide funding to women experiencing poor mental and emotional health, particularly after last year. Who are also caring for a child with a disability or experiencing financial, social, or health hardship. So I made the decision to restructure to a not-for-profit, as I'd done well over a year of searching for grants, and it seemed that was going to be my best avenue. So at this stage, it is a not-for-profit, but it's also running as a fee for service for women to attend, and all the profits are redistributed sorry, to providing the trips funded for women. And I'm sort of in the process of identifying grants and applying for grants. But if I had my ideal, I just want to be able to provide my trips for women who really are in desperate need of a break to all women across Australia. So I'd like to identify some corporate sponsorship and funding and some government grants and funding to be able to run my program to do that. I'd like to incorporate some form of educational factor onto the trips. You know, I'd like to run different theme trips, helping women gain financial independence after becoming a mum. And, you know, the realization that you're not financially independent, that hit me last year. COVID was a very challenging year, and it was just really, it was quite a shock to the system to realize that I wasn't financially independent because of the previous, 7 or 8 years of caregiving. I want to be able to help women identify strategies to nurture their own well-being and self-care, manage anxiety and stress and depression, which seems to be on the rise considerably. I'd like people to come on board and help me to achieve my mission to do that, as in terms of partnerships, in-kind sponsorship, and just to build a community of really supportive mums. Particularly, I think social isolation last year and, in remote areas is a real issue for mums. And there's just so many women out there struggling. And I just really feel that we need to nurture mums. So that's what I want to do with my program.
What an incredible cause, Alison. Absolutely sounds amazing. Yeah, so good on you. Like, it's a real heart-centered mission, that one, isn't it? Really wanting to give back and make a difference to the mums. Okay, so there's your business here, and there's a business where you'd rather it was. So it's like it's a journey to get there. What do you feel is the highest priority, thought, feeling, belief that you feel may be holding it back in some way?
Probably until the last couple of months recently, I felt overwhelmed, perhaps. I also work as a contract NDIS support coordinator, so my work is quite busy in that area. I feel a bit overwhelmed juggling my responsibilities at home, trying to be a good mum, time and limiting beliefs, perhaps that I can't achieve what I'm wanting to achieve. And now on top of that, I think, I was all really excited and definite about restructuring to a not-for-profit, and I feel like I'm back at the start and my knowledge is very limited, and I'm now considering the requirements as a not-for-profit that I need to adhere to, and I just don't have the information that I need and the resources. So I'm really needing to build on that too, and that's making me really doubt myself.
Awesome. So what I'm hearing is you need a mummication yourself because you're overwhelmed, right? And it's really interesting that a lot of people, our business is a reflection of ourselves, right? So often we set up businesses because it's really what we need. So I was similar. I had a business before Outlier that was Golf Getaway, and all I wanted to do was travel the world playing golf. And that, was an incredible journey, and it fitted the bill for me and made a big difference to others, inspired others too, which I know your business will do. So what we want to do is we want to take ownership of this, right? And say, my business is a reflection of myself. So if our external reality is a reflection of our internal reality, the quickest way for us to change the overwhelm, change the doubt, is to tune inward and look at the thoughts, feelings, beliefs that may be making us feel overwhelmed, doubtful, etc. in the current present day. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes for me. We're going to go into the process and see if we can clear some of these so that ultimately your ideal business can show up a lot faster. All righty. So I want you to take 5 deep breaths for me, and I want you to take deep breaths for the remainder of the process. The reason we close our eyes is so we can go internal. And the reason we take the deep breaths is so we can start relaxing and tuning into our subconscious mind, because it's in the subconscious mind that has all the wisdom for us. All right, Alison, I want you to tell me where in your body is this overwhelm, and it'll come to you straight away.
In my chest area.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me what color it is and keep deep breathing for me.
Probably red. Just makes me think of blood.
Yeah, nice. And what shape is it?
Like a cloud, not shaped like a cloud. It's sort of see-through, just a haze type of thing.
Yeah. What size is it?
It spreads all over my body.
Awesome.
My chest area.
Yeah. Texture?
Mist, haze.
Yeah,
see-through.
misty haze. Yeah. And temperature?
Cold.
Yeah. And feeling or emotion associated?
Anxiety.
Brilliant. And I love this stuff. When I say brilliant, I say amazing, I get excited because I know you're on to a breakthrough point here. You're about to experience a breakthrough. So I want you to feel more anxiety because I know you haven't wanted to feel it, and we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to allow you to feel it. So take a nice deep breath into your chest as you feel anxious.
I feel like it's constant adrenaline.
Mm-hmm. I bet it is. You're so busy, right? Okay, take a nice deep breath. And on a scale of 0 to 10, if 10 was the most anxious you could feel, what would it be?
Now? Probably 7.
Yeah. So Nice deep breath into your chest as you feel anxious, and see if you can make it an 8 for me. So really allow yourself to feel it. You're giving it full permission to be felt because it has a message for you. It's trying to help you. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay, feel it even more. Do you normally like feeling it, or do you try and run away from it?
I find that it helps if I slow down and take deep breaths.
Yeah, nice.
But I usually will do what I can to avoid feeling it.
Yeah, which is totally normal and the same as every other human, right?
Yeah.
And now, being an outlier, we're going to do things differently. We're going to go against the grain, and we're going to do it our way. So we're going to actually turn around and face it and feel it. So feel it even more for me. And even more. Put your attention in your chest and let that feeling be felt. Nice deep breath. Scale of 0 to 10. What is it now?
Yeah, it's sort of increasing up into my neck and ears and head.
That's great. So when it starts moving, that's a good thing, right? So just follow it for me and feel it. And just let it know I'm feeling you, and I've been aware of you for a long time, but now I'm feeling you. And just see what it does. Big deep breath into it. And it might be a case of breathing into your chest and then up to your head and your ears and wherever else it's going. And what color is it now?
Just a white. Looks like a ping pong ball going all around my head.
Yeah, what shape? Is it a ping pong ball shape? Yeah, is it the size of a ping pong ball?
Smaller.
Yeah. The texture of a ping pong ball? The temperature of a ping pong ball?
No temperature.
What's the feeling associated?
Craziness, mayhem.
Yeah. So feel more of that. Because that's how it's been, right? You've been so busy, it's felt like that. So nice deep breaths. Just tune into the feeling. And the amazing thing about feelings is they're actually telling you exactly how they feel, right? So I feel crazy or mayhem. It's literally talking to you. This is how I feel. And it's trying to help you feel usually the opposite, which is calm, relaxed, at peace, etc. So I want you to give crazy and mayhem a voice and just let it talk. So what would it say to you?
Just all the things that are hanging over my head that I need to do and don't have time for.
What does crazy and mayhem say about those? Does it want you to do them, or it says, don't worry about them? Or what else?
Just makes me feel super unproductive.
By doing lots of things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or by doing the things you're currently doing that stop you doing the other things that you'd rather be doing?
Yeah. Yep. There's always that hanging over my head.
Breathe in for me.
Knowing what I need to do, being not what I want to be working on.
Bingo. So what would you rather do, crazy and mayhem? What do you want to do? As Alison's internal inner outlier, what would you really want to do other than all these tasks that stop you doing what you'd rather do?
Sit at my desk and work on my business all the time.
Okay, breathe into that for me. And which business are you talking about now?
Mummications.
Perfect. So breathe into that. Okay, where does that hang out in your body? So let's assume let's future project that you are doing that. Where is that in your body right now?
Just everywhere. Content.
So is that the feeling?
Yes.
Okay, breathe into that more, because it's a good one to feel, right? The more content you feel, the more success is going to show up a lot faster, because you're on the same wavelength as it. So it can't not show up if you're feeling it as often as you can. So I want you to feel it as much as you can. Bring it on. Scale of 0 to 10, what would it be? If 10 was the most you could feel it.
Calmness.
Yeah. What's the number?
Up at 9 and 10.
Brilliant. So just bask in it. All right. Allow yourself to bask in this contentment, this relaxed, calm feeling. And again, just keep doing those deep breaths for me as you feel it. Feel it even more. The beautiful thing about relaxed and content, they've got another message for you. So in order for me to feel even more relaxed and content, what is the next thing I need to do in order to be that? And it may actually be stop doing, if that makes sense. What are the things I need to stop doing, or what are the things I need to do? Which one's a priority? Which feels better? So which one came to mind first? Which is stronger? In order to feel more relaxed and calm and content, I either need to stop doing things or I need to do a certain thing. Which one is it?
Stop doing things.
Awesome. So breathe into that for me. We're going to list the things you want to stop doing, because that gives us a list to start culling and decluttering without being a homework exercise. It's just an energetic process. Okay. So list away for me the things you want to stop doing.
Feeling guilty for working so much.
Mm-hmm.
Stop giving so much of my time to people who ask for my help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I can stop doing that though. That's very much part of my personality.
Yeah. But it's about doing it in a different way. So you get more for less, yeah? More impact for less effort.
Yeah, I feel like if I just think about the last couple of months, my weeks have been structured around me going to people to help them, which is totally putting my energy and my zen out.
Yeah.
I need to structure my weeks better.
So you need to flip it, right? So flipping it into the put myself first and then everything else works around me, rather than the other way around. Because then you're out of control, aren't you?
Yeah, totally.
So we're bringing the control back to Alison. So the ideal scenario is Alison puts herself first every day, and therefore has more energy, because she's building her own energy to give to others after she's looked after herself. Right? It's like the old airline mask. You know, you put your own mask on first and then you can help others more. But if you don't have your mask on, you're going to die.
Yeah, it's basic science, isn't it?
Absolutely. So let's breathe into that. But it's not basic, because it's bloody hard for you to do that, right? For some reason. There is a reason behind this. So the reason I can't do this up until now is, and it will tell you somewhere in your body, is a belief about something relevant to this that stops you doing this. And it would be
The need to always please people.
Yeah. Because I have this need, because if I don't please people, what happens?
That's definitely a childhood yes, issue that stemmed from there.
Legend. So you're already onto it. So I want you to take a nice deep breath for me. And I want you to go back to the time it was first a priority, where you needed to keep others happy before yourself. And you would be where? How old are you?
I'm not sure. At home, parents.
Awesome. So you can see a visual. You got a reference. Okay, breathe into it for me. Now, you can either run the story of what's going on, of what you can see, or you can just go straight to the feelings associated. It's up to you.
I'm not really keen to delve back into that area too much.
Yeah, so from a story perspective, what about a feelings perspective? Remember, feeling is healing. Feelings just want to be felt. Once we feel them, they dissipate and they change our past for us, because we don't have the same emotional charge associated with that past. Does that make sense? So just tell me, so you see the scene of your mum and your dad, okay? You need to keep them happy for some reason. And it makes me feel, how do you feel?
Back then?
Yeah, where at the time it was first a problem in your subconscious.
Scared.
Perfect. So just feel scared for me. Because if I don't keep them happy, something bad's going to happen, yeah? So nice deep breaths. And remember, it's only a feeling. You're nice and safe. You're in your house. I'm with you here. So all you have to do is feel it. And I promise you the feeling will dissipate. Nice deep breath. Just feel the feeling. Where is it in your body?
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Just sit in it for me. Nice deep breath into it as you feel it. It's just a vibration. And feel it even more. Just see if something comes up. And I'll just explain something to you about the feeling of fear. So scared is a fear feeling, right? For you, is that correct?
No, probably more sadness.
Awesome. So I shifted already. Very good. So feel more sadness for me. Because here's the thing, fear is always a feeling that comes up to stop us feeling another feeling. So already we know fear came up to stop you feeling sadness, but we felt fear and now sadness shows up. So now we can sit in sadness. All right. So I want you to bring that on for me. And feel it even more. Again, it's just a vibration and it's related to this time it was first a problem. Because you felt sad, yeah? You had to keep mum and dad happy because something bad might have happened and that made you feel sad. Because what did you really want? Sadness will tell you. Nice deep breaths. Where is sadness?
Everywhere.
Yeah, so just feel it for me. Scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the most sad you could feel. Deep breath for me.
Feel it even more. Another deep breath. This is the gateway for you, Alison, for your business success, for your personal success. So you can stop doing so much and get a much bigger output for a lot less effort, because a lot of your energy is actually going into suppressing feeling sadness. That's the daily task of your subconscious, is to stop you feeling it. That takes a lot of effort.
Numb. I've just felt numb my whole life. It's not even really sadness. It doesn't even feel like that. Just numb.
So how good is this? Numb is a feeling that comes up to stop us feeling feelings, because feeling the feelings is too hard. So we just go numb. So let's just feel numb. Ask numb what feelings it would rather feel.
Peace. Contentment. That's
Can you ask it why it's using all its energy to stop you feeling other feelings? Has it got an answer for you?
just been there all the time. Everything. Yeah. Just no matter what stage of life I was or what I was doing, it's always been there. Just
Like a good friend, yeah, helping you out. But it doesn't feel like it helps you out, does it? But it thinks it is helping you. It's trying to help you not feel feelings that you don't want to feel. Does that make sense?
I thought it would have gone away when I had my own kids, but it hasn't.
Mm-hmm. So think about the time this was first a problem, right? Did you ever get to be a kid yourself?
I don't really remember a lot. Just about bits.
Because you had to keep others happy in case something bad happened, which I'm sure it did from time to time. Yeah. And therefore you went to sadness, because that was sad. A young kid deserves to have a full, fulfilling life of happiness and fun and joy, etc. Highly unlikely you got that. Therefore, numb shows up to go, well, the easiest way to deal with this is to go numb, so we don't have to deal with it and just get on with it so we can survive. It's a survival mechanism. But we want to set you free, Alison. So what do you feel would be the fastest way to set you free, knowing what we're doing right now?
I'm not sure.
So if feeling is healing and it sets us free, what's the quickest way to set ourselves free?
Don't say, Del, we're not going back further, are we? We're not going into it more.
Well, this is the thing, right? I know you don't want to. That's the protection mechanism. And you don't have to do it. Literally, it doesn't have to be done all in one hit. We can go 1% at a time until eventually we've felt all of it and it's all dissipated and we can move on. So you do not, and in fact, you'll often get an adverse reaction if you try to feel as much of it as you can, especially if it was really traumatic, right? So I want you to pick one feeling that you don't want to feel and tell me what it is.
Numb.
Okay, so I want you to feel, how much % of numb do you think you could feel?
now or in
Yeah,
general?
right now. If you were to give yourself full permission, what would you allow yourself to feel?
I can put myself in that time where I have felt completely overrun by it.
Yep. So you'll go back to the time that was first a problem. Subconscious knows where that is. You might have a memory comes up or a physical symptom or an intuition or an impulse in your body. You don't have to say anything about it, but all I want you to do is feel it. Okay. So how much percent could you allow yourself to feel it right now? Just use that time as your reference to bring on the feeling. What's the first thing that came to mind?
Just a swirl of memories.
Yeah. So allow yourself to feel it. Where in your body is numb now?
Just everywhere still.
Yeah. So all I want you to do is feel it. Okay. And the more we allow, or the more you allow yourself to feel it, think about the flip side of this is the more you can feel this, the more you're actually allowing your success on the other side of this. So it has a real positive. You're clearing it out and you're also welcoming all the other success that's coming to you. Nice deep breath into it. And I want you to ask numb, what is the feeling you're stopping me feeling? Because it won't be numb, it'll be something else. The first thing it said was,
Regret.
nice deep breath. Just say the word again, the feeling. And feel it as much as you can, whatever you allow yourself to feel. Awesome. What's happened now? What's the feeling you're feeling now?
It's all sort of dissipating.
Yeah, I can see it. So what's the opposite?
Focus. Fulfillment, I guess.
Say it again and feel it even more. So own it. I want you to say it just to own the feeling that you want to be feeling, yeah? It's hard, isn't it?
I want to be fulfilled by the life that I've created for myself. without taking on everyone else's feelings and worries.
So feel more fulfilled. And there was also the other word you mentioned, which is going to help this process. It was what? Started with an F as well.
Focused.
What does that mean to you?
More productive, more energized, more successful, more contented.
So feel more focused for me. Where's focused at the moment in your body?
My chest area.
Yeah. So focus on that area of focus and take nice deep breaths into it for me. And again. How does it feel?
Calming. Excited for the future. Energizing.
So feel it as much as you can. And even more. Nice deep breaths. Really bring it on, because you deserve to feel these feelings. You've been through that much. You've put everyone else first. It's time for you. And this is exactly what your business is about. This is exactly what you're saying to your clients. So keep the deep breathing happening for me. And I want you to focus, what is the next thing I need to do in order to feel more focused, more energized, more successful? And it would say,
start putting my health first. Fix my back issue that I have and start getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They're the first two things that came to my head.
brilliant. So it's interesting. Back's all about support. And you don't have a lot of support, do you? Because you're supporting everyone else.
Yeah.
So where does support start? If external reality, be that our physical body and our physical environment's a reflection of our internal self, where does support start?
With yourself.
So as you support yourself more by being more focused on what you want to do, watch your back. Watch what happens.
Yeah.
You're just carrying a lot of other burdens, right? Not only your own, but everyone else's. So it's pretty hard on the back, isn't it, to carry over time? So it's time to let a few things go. Things that don't serve you any longer. Things that have never served you. Some of these feelings that are associated with these past events. They were just there to protect you. But maybe it's time to let them go by feeling some of them. You can change your past by changing the way you feel about it. When you change the way you feel about your past, it actually changes your future, because you're not carrying that energy into the future anymore. You're not having to resist feeling those things anymore. So they have no power over you. And they're not taking your power every day subconsciously to try and push them away. You will then have a lot more energy available for the present, which means you'll have a lot more energy available to put into your current business and to yourself. And everything that you're doing in this journey is to help others too, right? Because you're a reflection of your clients. And that's all you want to do for them as well. But it starts with you. You're the beacon, you're the light for the clients to show them you can do it. If you can do it, they can do it. You will also learn by doing it yourself. Then you can turn around and teach others how you did it. And that becomes incredibly inspiring and incredibly powerful, because you'll be able to help a lot more people.
Authentic.
Yeah. So how do you feel right now?
Quite relaxed and calm.
Mm-hmm. So feel it even more. Just allow yourself to feel it, right? Because you haven't felt it for a long time, and it's time you started feeling it more often, because the more you feel it, the more you'll attract more of it. And I want you just to summarize your learning from today's process so far. And obviously today it's not a one-hit wonder, it's not a silver bullet. It's a journey. And you have homework to do. You have work to do, but this time it's not for everyone else, it's for you. It's on your own healing journey. So what have you learned about yourself today, which I'm sure you already knew, but what did you learn, or what did you remember?
I remembered that I did thrive in life before being a mum when I put myself first. And for the last nearly 5 months, I've put off making a couple of appointments because of time and commitments that it's just not, just keeps putting me behind.
And therefore, what's the bigger learning moving forward?
A massive realization that I need to literally make the appointments this week. And it seems so ridiculous, because that's exactly what I've been preaching since starting my business, and I don't do it. It's pretty shit.
It's also pretty real though, Alison, because every one of your clients will be doing exactly the same thing. And so to try to get them to your retreats is going to be hard, right? Because they're going to put everything else first before themselves. So they're going to come at a time when enough's enough. I can't do this shit anymore. Now I have to do something for me. Otherwise, what's the alternative? If they keep doing what they're doing, what are they going to keep getting? And you know this because you're a classic example.
I really am.
Can you see how important your business model is around this now? Because it's really about putting those most important things in first for you in your life. And then when people come to you, to your retreats, that they've done that for them as well. Everything else will take care of itself if we take care of ourselves first. Because remember, it's like we manifest our own reality outside of our eyes. So if we're feeling all of this burden and guilt and, not wanting to feel certain things, we're just going to keep getting more of it out here. And it's going to keep us distracted from dealing with what's really most important, which is looking after ourselves. And most people would say that's selfish. It's not selfish, it's selfless, because we use the airplane mask analogy. If we don't put our own mask on, e.g. by looking after ourselves, how can we ever look after anyone else with high quality energy? We can't, because we don't have the energy to give, which is how you feel, right? You don't have the energy every day because you're knackered. But if you put some time into you, all of a sudden your energy comes back. It's time to start putting some in instead of always giving it out. It's not a balance. There's not a balanced intake, output, input, output of energy. All of yours is out. It's time to have flow happening in and out, like breathing. It's limitless, right? In and out. Same for energy. But that's going to take you to put that focus on you to make that a reality. And the magic will happen out of that. I promise you. How do you feel when I say that?
I feel like it's a long time coming, and perhaps I've just always thought it was unachievable, but I don't feel like that. Massive mindset shift.
Yeah. What support do you need to be able to do this for yourself?
My own, literally. That's all I can rely on to make it happen.
So close your eyes again for me. Okay, and I want you to tune into you supporting you. And I want you to design your day for me. How does it look when you put yourself first?
Yes, very productive. Very.
Why? That's the result. Why is it? What was the process? What did Alison do for herself?
Got up earlier and started the day after the chaos and mayhem of school and daycare, getting the house ready. Perhaps allocating an hour to exercise or appointments. And then, going to my office. Not having scheduled meetings during the day, which is very unproductive. It would look like having meals already prepared for dinner time and specifically going to bed early. That's pretty much it.
Very good. So are there some resources available that can help in that process? And I'm not saying you have to do it, but like meals that are prepared for you, not you having to prepare them. Booking appointments at the gym, etc. So you just turn up and do your thing, and then you leave knowing at least you've done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 How would you feel if you were living that on a daily basis?
Yeah, I'd be wrapped. Yeah.
How would your business be?
Closer to thriving than it is now. Yeah, it is thriving. I shouldn't say that. I've got 16 people booked on my early beach trip later this year. It's amazing, but yeah, it would be it would be thriving a lot more in the direction that I want it to be.
So just for the sake of business, tell me, who are you looking to attract as your clients?
I have a lot of repeat clients at the moment. And I'm picking up some people who have been following me on Facebook from all over Australia, which is great. I want to be able to really provide funding to women in remote areas or who are connected with local community services organisations and have been identified as needing help. I'd like to take on some partners and collaborations with businesses that are targeting the same audience, I guess, and are looking at helping improving the health and well-being of mums, particularly. I think, mums need a lot more support in general. A lot of women don't have supports, their own families or friends. And they're usually the women who really need some connection, social connection, and some help.
And what help do you need to make this happen for yourself other than yourself? So if there's a sponsor out there who may see this at some point, obviously their brand's in alignment with mums or kids or whatever, and understands what mums go through. Who would be your ideal sponsor or supporter?
I think I'd like to connect with with organisations working with women, community services organisations, women or who are working with women who have been experiencing substance abuse, domestic violence, perhaps organisations like Panda who are focused on pre and postnatal depression, cancer centres like the Peter Mac Institute, to support mums that are undergoing cancer treatment and are caring for kids at the same time. There's a whole lot of, I've got a big list, I guess. I've probably, made a list of a few specific ones, but I just need to work out how to connect with them best.
Okay, but you already know how to do that, and it's what? So this is your final learning sharing for today. The fastest way to connect to them and your ideal clients best is to connect where first?
With the users of the services.
No, so they're all outside of you, right? What have we talked about this whole time? So the more you connect with who?
Myself, yes.
The easier you will connect with them.
Yeah.
So that is the homework, looking after you. And out of that, magic happens.
It won't be easy, but I'm definitely dedicated to the cause.
Exactly. And it just takes focus, doesn't it? Small amounts on a daily basis for you, and your inner self will thank you for it, and it will reciprocate. If it's not reciprocating, it means you're not doing enough for you. As simple as that.
Yeah. So
for any viewers out there who may want to experience something like this for their own, whatever's going on for them, how would you describe what's happened for you today?
It's just everything that I've known subconsciously is going on and needs to be addressed. It's all brought it to the forefront, really. And I have perhaps not wanted to deal with how I was feeling, wanting to, but couldn't. Massive mindset shift for me today. Massive.
Well, there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Unleash Your Inner Outlier video. As you can see, by observing my client, what they originally thought was stopping the success of their business had nothing to do with it. And it wasn't until they actually tuned inward to start feeling the feelings that they were feeling, did they actually get the insight or the truth around what was really affecting their success. And now that they've cleared that, their success is imminent. As promised earlier, if you resonate with this video and you'd like to get full clarity and direction around your unique gift, message or calling with a personalized plan that allows you to be true to yourself and turn it into a business and live your dream on a day-to-day basis so that you can make a significant difference to the world, then book in for your free Unleash Your Inner Outlier strategy session. All of the sessions are performed on Zoom, meaning maximum convenience so that you can be based anywhere in the world and in an environment that you're totally comfortable with. So if you want to book in for a session, click the link in the description below and I'll see you on that call. In the meantime, thanks for liking, sharing, commenting and enjoying this video. I'm Andrew McComb. Here's to living the outlier life outside the comfort zone. I'll see you soon.